The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready? Flag! I got you! I got you!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Ready? Blue way. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
It's 2nd and inches at the Browns' 49-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On 2nd and inches, Winston, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Winston on 4th down. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Ready, blue ready. Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 19.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Brashad Perriman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will shave one more off this lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darren Lee in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, alert 33. We got double up.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. On the return, Harris. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready? Black 22. Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Harris now to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, there'll be marginal yardage against them.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Winston looking for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On third down, Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
180. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now here's another carry for Harris. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Even. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jameis Winston scoring on the 2-yard keeper as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
57. No chance. Hey, Zoo. 57 to Mike.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Ready. Black, I got one.
On first down, it's Harris. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10". They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
You got 3. Wait. Switch. Let's go.
On second down, it's Harris. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready? White 25. 59. Don't let it breathe. Don't let it breathe. Play outside deep.
On third down, Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Gay's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Protect.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check, check. Lucky.
Hey, alert 33. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
Throwing. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Pistol.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here I come again.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Hey, 7.
To throw, Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillandale as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is Harris. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Watch the run.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Browns' 47-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And an alley to run. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get him much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves him with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
57.
Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Mayfield. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, Mayfield. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. That's good for 28 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hogs and picking passes off.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. 10. 5. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mayfield down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Harris. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Now the Browns will use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 88 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Jameis now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Y'all play Johnny. Mike 59. Easy. Check tight.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Winston. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not as...
He's got it at the 15.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, it's a nice win to finish off what's been an ugly first half as they move to 2-6. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I'ma pesos. Hit your sauce, I'ma replace those. Number saved, no name though.